I'm so pleased to have Nikki Martin, the President and CEO of EnerGeo Alliance. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. It's great to be here.
So, your organization's 2024 to 2029 strategic plan is rooted in three pillars: progressing policies, prioritizing people, and pivoting perception. How are these three pillars shaping your engagement with African exploration companies?
Yeah. So, our three pillars, as you well said, are all about energizing the policies, people, and perception required to really sustain and attract the investment of geoscience and exploration industry. The companies are our members at EnerGeo Alliance, and they really use us to have proactive government education and engagement on what are those policies needed that can really enable their ability to unlock Africa's resources. So we engage with the companies through collaboration, but it's really to one end, and that's to educate the policymakers, the regulators, on enabling legislative and regulatory frameworks that can attract and maintain the investment from seismic all the way through to first drilling.
And many African governments are implementing policies to incentivize exploration. How do you see your role in complementing these policy efforts?
Yes, perfect. So we really want to be an active and helpful partner for governments across the continent as they're looking at energizing, whether they have mature basins or they're more frontier basins. They're really looking to ensure they can unlock their domestic resources. Africa has vast energy resources. They're natural. They're right under your feet. They're right off your shores. And it would really be a shame if governments could not be able to unlock those resources. And so we really see policy as the main enabling lever for unlocking resources. The industry, EnerGeo's membership is here, is willing. A lot of the heads, whether it's from South Africa, Namibia, to Congo, to Nigeria and beyond, they're very supportive of enabling oil and gas exploration development in their continent. They just don't always understand the specific, maybe esoteric regulations that are in place that might be actually discouraging investment and making it more of a hurdle for exploration than they otherwise intend. So our job at EnerGeo is really to highlight those specific areas, whether it's social consultation, whether it's environmental requirements that are not science-based or practicable, whether it's permitting timelines that keep getting interrupted by litigation or uncertainty. Those are the elements that are really could hinder exploration being vibrant in the country and really hinder unlocking Africa's resources.
And what are your expectations of African Energy Week 2025 in terms of fostering collaboration with African governments and operators?
Yeah. Well, AEW is always a great time, first of all, to see colleagues, to meet new companies, new players in the Africa market. But most importantly for EnerGeo, it is a great place to meet regulators and policymakers. So there's always shifting changes and dynamics within the continent, within administrations, and we can always count on AEW being the place, the venue for having meaningful collaborative discussions with the governments and the administrations that are currently in office. So that's what we expect, and that's what we always are able to achieve when we're here.
And just my final question, how does AEW 2025 help Energy Alliance pivot industry perceptions and highlight the value of geoscience in Africa's energy future?
Yeah, great question. So one thing we really appreciate about Africa Energy Week, about AEC, and about NJ specifically in Werner, they do such a great job of highlighting the role of geoscience and exploration to making energy possible. We could not have these discussions downstairs that we're having right now about energy investment or about production or development or even infrastructure and energy utilities if energy didn't start with geoscience and exploration. So it's critical that geoscience and exploration is at the forefront of the discussions, and they've done such a great job of making sure that's at the forefront of the agenda. And then beyond that, they've partnered with us, specifically Africa Energy Chamber, in our public awareness initiative called Making Energy Possible. And so together with AEC and others, we're actually actively engaging in this continent, specifically in the country of South Africa, Africa, making sure there's public awareness about the role of geoscience in making energy possible. So we're very appreciative of that as well.
Fantastic. Well, that's it from me. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.